In this video, I'll take you through all the various steps you need to complete to set up the JOSM OpenStreetMap editor, to set it up and configure it to make it easy to use for mapping in Lesotho. So the very first thing you need to do is you go to josm.openstreetmap.de, so that's josm.openstreetmap.de. When you come to this web page, you're given a couple of different options as to what you'd like to download. So for example, if you're on a Mac, this is what you download. If you're on a Windows, this is your installer. If you have a regular web connection where you're able to regularly connect to the internet and data allowances are not an issue, I would recommend you download this one instead. What this will do is it'll automatically install updates to JOSM for you. If not, and you're on Windows, I recommend you install this version here, so the Windows installer, so this won't automatically try to install updates every time you open it. So when you go to install JOSM, once it's finished installing, and if you try to start it up and it tells you it needs a JRE installation or Java Runtime Environment installation, you simply click OK, and what will happen is your browser will open, and it will open to this web page here. In which case, all you do is you click click this button here for the free Java download. That will download and install Java for you. Once that's completed, you can then return back to JOSM and open JOSM. Once you do, this is what will appear. So the editor you're looking at on screen here is my own personal one, but I'm still going to go through the individual steps, and how this one looks here shouldn't make any difference. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to add your own login information for OpenStreetMap. So you go to Edit and Preferences. Once that opens, you go to the second option down, which is for your connection settings to the OSM server. So you click on that, and in here you add your OSM username and your OSM password. Just a quick note, when you restart JOSM, if you get an authentication error, it means you've made a typo error either in your username or in your password, in which case what I would suggest you do is log into the OpenStreetMap website, and if you're able to log in, then the details that you use to log in there, put them in here exactly the same way. Usually there's just one letter missing or a simple typo or something. Okay. So the next part is we're going to look at loading presets. So you're going to click the next option down, which is Settings for Map Projection and Data Interpretation. It's this button here with the grid on it. So you click that, and then you go to Tagging Presets. So you'll see a long list here that I have in my own personal one. Just ignore these. I'm just going to go through the ones that you need in this list here on the left, and how you actually set them up on your own version of JOSM. So the very first one you're going to want is called Building Preset, and what you do is you click on the preset and you click the blue arrow here, and it will add it onto this side here. So as you can see, I already have it here. So if I dump it out here, select it, click the blue arrow, you'll see it now appears over here. So that's essentially all you have to do, is click on your preset here and click the blue arrow, and it'll end up over on this side. So you want to do that for your building preset. You also want to do it for crafts. You want to do it for historic objects, for mountains, for one-click settings, and for quick highways. Oh, sorry, actually public transport one-click as well. So that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you will also have this one here, internal preset, which will be over here by default anyway. So you'll end up with a list of 8 presets here in this window. So the next part is setting up your plugins. So plugins make JOSM very powerful in that they add an awful lot of additional functionality to JOSM. So next I'm going to show you how to add those in. So you're going to click the 4th button down here, which is configure available plugins. So you click that list and then you simply click download list, and it will fill in this box here in case it's blank. And if you have a scroll bar on this side, just scroll it up to the top, and I'm going to very quickly go down through these, and all you have to do is each one that I call out, you simply tick the box beside it until we get to the very end where you will click update plugins. So the ones you want to install are building tools, so tick the box for that one. The next one you want to install is called Fast Draw. The next one you want to install is called Field Papers. This one here. After that, the next one you want is this one here, Mirrored Download. So Mirrored Download. And the next one after that is Print. So this simply adds print functionality to JOSM. So just tick the box for that one. And as we go down further, the next one you want is the very last one, and it's called Utils Plugin 2. It's a terrible name, but no one ever. So the icon for that is a hammer and a spanner together. So just make sure the ones that I've called out there that you've ticked the box for them, and once you tick the box you simply click update plugins. So I'm just going to tick this one here just to show you what it looks like once you hit that button. So you'll see it'll download the list, and then it'll update whatever plugins you put in. So I had one there that actually had to be updated, so the Wikipedia one, and then it'll ask you if you want to restart JOSM. So you simply click OK, and once I close this window, JOSM will restart. But before we do that, there's one additional change. So down here, this button that looks like a television remote control, click on that one and make sure this box here is ticked, enable remote control. So by default this is what you'll see, so you just tick that and make sure that that's ticked. Once you have that done, simply click OK, and you'll see JOSM will ask if you want to restart. So click restart and JOSM will restart with all your updates. So once JOSM is restarted, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to reconfigure the toolbar. So this is your toolbar here, and my toolbar is going to look very, very different to yours, simply because I've mine set up for Irish mapping. So how to set it up for mapping in Lesotho? We're going to right click and select configure toolbar, and what you'll see is a window will open here, and on the left hand side this is everything that's showing in your toolbar, and on the right hand side is everything available that you can add into your toolbar. So to show you how this works, very briefly, I'll just scroll down to the bottom here. So if I go in here and I select open, all I have to do is click this left arrow here, and you'll see it's moved in here now. And then to move something out of here, simply click the right arrow and it's gone. And if I want to move something around, so if I move this back over again, so you'd see it here, and it's above this Irish boundaries. So if I want it below, I could use this blue arrow here to move it down, or this one here to move it up, so I can position it anywhere that I want. So this one I'm just going to remove because I don't need it in my one. So what you want to do first off is you want to go down through this list and select just about every separator that you see, and you want to remove them all. The reason we're doing this is you're going to need a lot of space up here, so we want to get rid of these unneeded separators. I have a few here simply because I have a wider screen than normal, so I'm able to display more of them. So as I mentioned before, how you remove them is you simply click on it and you click the right arrow, and that will move it over here and out of this window. So once you've done that, the next thing you're going to remove is you're going to remove open, and you're also going to remove search and preferences. So what they will look like, I'll add them in here and show you where you can actually find them. So open is usually one of the very first ones. Just remove that again. And search and preferences, I can find it here. Search and preferences will usually show around this area here. So I'll just move those back again. So you're looking for search and preferences. So typically they would show up on this side. So you click on them when they're on this side and click this arrow to move them over out of this window. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to look at adding some options in here. So the first one you're going to do, on your toolbar you will see undo and redo. So you'll see a yellow arrow and a green arrow. They will be around the top of your list here. Simply click on undo in this window on your left, and on your right window click the plus sign beside edit and go down to delete and click the left arrow here so that it moves it above undo on this side. Okay. The next one that we're going to add in is in tools. So you're going to come down to you'll have reverse ways and combine ways. You will have them around this area here in your left window. So I'm just going to select circle arc here as an example. So what you want to do is you want to move the following tools over onto the left side. So some will already be here, but you want to have split way, combine way, reverse ways, align nodes in circle, and orthogonalize shape. You want all of those on this side. Some may already be there, so just review them first. So once you've moved those ones over by clicking the left arrow to move them from this window into here, the next thing you're going to do is the very last one of those, you're going to insert a separator. So how you insert a separator is you go to the very bottom of this list over here, select where you want it to appear above. So for example, I'll select circle arc here, I'll select separator on this side, and then click my left arrow and it'll appear above. Okay, so I'll just remove that one. And what you're going to do next is you're going to add a load of tagging information. These make it very, very quick for you to tag features as you identify them. So what you want to add over is you want to click the plus sign beside presets. So this one here, beside presets. and that will expand a long list here. So what you want to move over to this side is, first off, you want to scroll down to the very end, select your very last option. So on your window, I think it's this one here, man-made. So you'll select this one. It should be your very last option on this side. And what you're going to move across is you're going to select buildings and click your left arrow and move that across. You're going to select in one click, you're going to look for bridge, tunnel and culvert, and you're going to move each of those three across to this side as well. You're also going to move your historic objects over to the left. You're also going to move craft over to the left and water over to the left. Okay, so what that will do, if I can show you here now, you should just download a small sample of an area and show you how this works. So now that I have an area showing here, I can access all these toolbar buttons. So to show you what it does, if I click, say for example, this button here, I get a list of other tags. So it means you don't have to memorize an awful lot of tags. You'll get the information here. Again, if I click this one, I get another list. If I click, various other ones, I get long lists. And they make it very easy and very quick to tag items as you create them. Okay, so that's everything you need to know to set up JOSM. It should take no more than 15-20 minutes to do, and that should have you fully set up for mapping in Lesotho.